Andrew Garfield, an actor that's known to have this unique attraction about him that many people just can't understand. So today, let's do a deep face examination of Andrew Garfield so we can better understand why he is so appealing and what really separates him apart from all the other Spider-Mans. Let's begin, okay? Let's begin. Now, starting off with the first thing we have to rank about Andrew, it's his lips. This comes number 10 on the most attractive features on a face, and research indicates as long as your lips aren't overly big or overly thin, so they're basically in normality, it really doesn't matter the lip shape, the lip size, the lip curvature, because all types are pretty attractive. In Andrew Garfield's case, many people would actually say his lips are too thin, but here the first argument can be made that his lips being too thin actually gives him that nerdy look, and it brings out his nerdiness even more. So I'd say overall we can give Andrew Garfield's lips a solid like 8.7 out of 10. Maybe they could have done with a little bit more of a plump, but I'd say they're still really good. Now guys, the ninth most important feature we have to dissect about Andrew Garfield is his teeth. His little pearly whites, you guys see these right here? It's called teeth, okay? And basically, like the lips, the teeth are one of the rare features where there isn't many objective measurements that can define if it's attractive or not. Except the one we'll talk about today. This ratio I learned about after reading like a 40-minute ebook, but that ebook literally taught me about this ratio, right? And this ratio literally defines if you have an attractive smile because of how much of your teeth show when you smile. Can you guys guess what the percentage is that you should be showing of your top teeth? 20, 30%, 50? The percentage? 75%. That is how much of your top teeth should be showing when you smile. Ugh. Get off me, baby. And by the way, I will be playing Black Ops 3 while I say some of these because I'm so good at this game and I want to show off how good I am. Oh, here we go. Move around, move around, move around, clown. I'm him, baby. UAV. UAV. Come on. All right, we're 6-0, baby. 6-0. Hold up. I'm going to try to streak while we do this because I'm so, by the way, if you guys didn't know, I'm really good at Black Ops 3. I'm really good at Call of Duties. So I'm going to try to streak up too. Oh. 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 Oh! Wait, one second, I'm streaking. Hater. Power core. Oh, now we're on, baby. I got the hater too, baby. Let's go. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, the ratio is 75%. That is the amount that should be showing out of your top teeth. With Andrew Garfield, I'd say the ratio is about like 85, 90%. I think most of his top teeth show, which actually suits him, guys. I'm not gonna lie. But the next thing we have to talk about when it comes to his teeth is something called the buccal corridor ratio. The buccal corridor ratio. And this is actually a very important thing about teeth you guys probably don't know about, but it's actually how much of the darkness of your teeth show when you smile. How much of a dark shadow is there when you smile? Because you guys know when you smile, like these bottom ones hide away, right? That's actually called a buccal corridor ratio. And the less of that there is, the better your teeth will look. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, this is one of the biggest things Andrew's teeth lack on. I think his buccal corridor ratio is really high. Like there's many pictures you can look at where his teeth are basically all hidden. Let's go, power core up. Let's go. On my right side. 1, 2. Go, baby. I'm him. I do this. I do this. Oh my god, I do this. I am the one that does it, baby. Screw this Andrew Garfield video. I am the one that does this. But yeah, like I was saying, when we dive deeper into the buccal cardio ratio of Andrew Garfield, it's not too good. But now, ladies and gentlemen, the final most important thing about teeth is called a dental midline, which not only looks at the symmetry of the face, but also how the teeth actually align with it. Like it takes your entire thing like this, and it shows how symmetrical your face is. And now I'm not gonna lie, guys, it took me a very long time to find a picture where both his top and bottom teeth are showing. But finally, after finding one, I'd say his dental midline is actually very symmetrical. Sure, the bottom teeth are a little out of symmetry, but he typically smiles with only his top. And if you look at my assessment right here, I'd say it's pretty symmetrical. He has a very good symmetrical deadline. And this symmetry truly brings out his top teeth smile, and it makes him look perfect. It makes him look very, very good. So in conclusion, when it comes to his teeth, I'd say the shade and straightness of the teeth are the strong points, but there are also many weaknesses like the dental midline, the bad buccal corridor ratio. I'd say his teeth would look a lot better if they weren't so like short and narrow. Like if he had more like bigger teeth but like less visibility, I think he would look a little bit better with that. So overall, after diving deep into his teeth, I'd give it like a 8.2 out of 10. 8.2 out of 10 is fair. Now moving on, the eighth most important thing we have to talk about is skin. How beautiful is Andrew Garfield's skin really? And how much better does it make him look, you know? Because obviously teeth is a very important thing, but skin is even more important because it's literally like the entire of your face. It literally covers your face. And after studying a little bit more about it, the reason people love clear skin a lot is actually because it signifies clear health. It signifies really good health on your end. And also in terms of skin, guys, another really important reason that skin is important is because if you have bad skin, it actually takes away from some of your strong points, right? Like if you have bad skin, then maybe your jawline doesn't show as much. Maybe like your really good dimples don't show as much because there's just acne covering them, you know? So after diving a a little bit into some of Andrew Garfield's news reporter interviews, after diving into some of his images, I'd say he has very clear skin. But yeah, this was a very quick rank. I would give his skin a 9.9 out of 10. This is definitely one of his strongest suits about his looks. Easily 9.9 out of 10. Moving on. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the next very important, like this is one of the most important categories we have to dive deep into, is hair. How nice is Andrew Garfield's hair, and does it fit his face shape, you know? Because that's actually a very important factor people don't consider. People can have a very top heavy hair where they like really make their hair accentuate, right? Oh my god. Anyways, yeah, a bad hairstyle can literally ruin or make or break your face, because there's actually a hairstyle called top heavy, where like you have a lot of hair on the top of your head, right? And if you have a long skinny face, having that type of hairstyle will just make your face even longer and skinnier. It would actually make you look worse. So it's very important you have a hair that fits your face shape. That's the important part. So when we look at Andrew Garfield's hair, let's talk about his hair in Spider-Man. I'd say he has very, very perfect hair for his face shape. His hair is short in that, but it's not too short where it takes away from his definition, but it's also long enough to bring out his like nice nerdy cuteness. Like, you guys know how like cute and nerdy he looked in that? It's because his hair was perfect for that role. If his hair was too long, he would have looked like a nerd, but in a bad nerd. You guys know those nerds that are like computer science, like they just look like they don't shower? He would have looked like that. Besides that, overall, I'd give him a solid 9.0. Give him a solid 9.5 out of 10. Now, ladies and gentlemen, screw all of this. Let's get into some real fun categories. Now, let's dive deep into cheekbones and what objectively makes an attractive cheekbone. Because obviously, everyone talks about, oh, it's great to have really strong cheekbones. Oh, this model has such good cheekbones. But what does that actually mean? And how does that actually improve your face? Now, anyways, when talking about cheekbones, many people have a misconception that your cheekbones need to be very like defined and visible, right? But that's actually not the case at all. Because as you can see, Andrew Garfield's cheekbones are not visible. Like, you literally can barely ever see them. But the reason he still does so well in this category is because his cheekbones are in a very great location. The higher your cheekbones, the better it is. I don't know if you guys can tell with mine. Like, my cheekbones are like kind of up here, so they're in a very good spot too, right? But mine just aren't that defined yet because I'm like bulking. I'm kind of like overweight a little bit. But when I cut down, you'll see. Okay, you'll see. But anyways, Andrew having cheekbones in this very high, nice spot gives him that facelift that cheekbones actually give people. So if you guys were ever wondering, oh, what do cheekbones actually do for you? They give you a nice little facelift that just gives your face that young youth look. And his cheekbones actually also define his face a lot, and they kind of give him a very nice like diamond ruby shape right here, right? Like, it goes up like this and it kind of slimmers down. That's because the cheekbones attach here and slim down to the chin. Beautiful, beautiful, mwah. So in the cheekbone category, I personally would give him like a, let's throw like a 7.3 out of 10 out there, because his cheekbones definitely aren't defined at all, but they're in a very, very great location, which kind of brings his face out. So maybe let's actually go like 7.7 out of 10. Yeah. But now moving on to the fifth most important feature people talk about, let's actually talk about nose now. Nose is very, very important, but it also doesn't have a measure, like a super serious measure of like having a big nose or a small nose, right? Because as you guys can see right here, many different types of noses, and they all look good in it. There's models with a little bit of a bigger nose and they look great. Models with a smaller nose and they look great. So the really important feature you have to consider here is normality. As long as your nose is in like the normal range of shape and size, then you're basically pretty good to go here. Sit on down, little boy. Yeah. Let's get it, man. Now we cooking, baby. Let's cook up. Let's cook up. Let's cook up. Come on. Cook. Yeah. Hold on, guys. Let me cook up real quick. Yeah. Now going back to the nose topic we're talking about, the main important part besides your normality is also deviance. Deviance is a very big thing scientists talk about when talking about attractive noses, right? And basically deviance is, does your nose stray too far to the left or too far to the right? And that's one of the most important features, that if your nose deviates, like either too far to the left, too far to the right, that can literally make or break your face. So that's really the only important thing you guys have to consider if you guys are like, oh, do I have a bad nose? Unless it deviates to the left or right, then you should be pretty good to go. You should be pretty good. Now, Andrew Garfield's nose, it's actually perfect. I'd literally say it's perfect. You guys know those people that have those faces where you're like, oh my god, your nose fits your face perfectly? Andrew Garfield is that person for me, bro. His nose is like a little bit of like a blocky, right? But it fits his blocky face perfectly, bro. It literally fits his face perfectly, and it gives him that frame, and it just brings out his look way more, if that makes sense. 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah. Oh, outside. Hey, baby girl, what you doing tonight? I want a nice little 46 and 12 game, mate. I'm too nice, bro. So now in conclusion, when we give Andrew Garfield's nose a rating, I'd give his nose literally a 9.6 out of 10. I think his nose is perfect for his look. No deviance to the left, no deviance to the right. Great nose bridge, not too over big, not too small. Mwah, mwah, daddy, perfect. Guys, we're actually getting through this very, very quick. Now let's move on to the fourth most important feature that we have to dissect. Let's talk about face shape. Now here's where it actually gets fun, because now we're actually talking about objective measurements, and now we're gonna get into some numbers. Now when it comes to face shape, guys, there's two very important numeral things we have to talk about. First, we have to discuss the relative index of Andrew's face, and second, his relative width using the rule of thirds. Those two things are the most important things that dictate if you have a good face shape. Firstly, let's start off with relative index. Now what relative index means, it means how relatively wide your face is compared to long. And after researching it, you'll quickly realize and learn optimal measurement for this is 1.35 times. Your face should be 1.35 times as long as it is wide. Now here on your screen, what you guys are seeing right now is me actually doing the measurements. Now here, after doing the measurements, you can see here, Andrew's face is 1.43 times as long as it should be wide, you know? And here also, as you can see, after doing further measurements, his face length is 900 and his width is 634. So for Andrew's face to be optimal, it would have to be 856 centimeters long and not 900. And I'm not gonna lie, if we're being honest, guys, I think his forehead takes up the majority of that like long length, but I can definitely see why the ratio is off, because his forehead is a little bit longer than I'd say typical, you know? I think that's fair to say. But now when looking at his relative width, this basically means your cheekbone width should be as closely wide as your jaw width. So if you guys look right here, I'll give you guys a visual. Your cheekbone width, like this width right here, cheekbone to cheekbone, should be as perfectly symmetrical as your jaw. This to this, you guys see what I'm saying? So here to here, so a line going from here to here should be as symmetrical as a line from here to here. And I'd say on me, it actually, I think it's pretty good on me, guys. What do you think about me, guys? I think it's nice and symmetrical, yeah. And ladies and gentlemen, thanks to Andrew Garfield's daddy, his mother, he has a great symmetry here. His relative width is off the charts. Like, look at this measurement right here. These lines are basically the exact same. They're literally the exact same, which truly brings out a more appealing and fuller face. Mwah, good for you, Andrew. So overall, when we rate his face shape, I'd say he didn't pass the relative index because his face is a little bit too long for that, but I'd say his relative width makes up for it. So I'd give him a solid, let's give him a cool, what are we throwing? What are we throwing, huh? I throw it a solid 8.4 out of 10. 8.4, yeah. Now, ladies and gentlemen, moving on to number 3, the third most important thing we have to talk about. Let's talk about his eye area. Okay, really quick, let's try a different gun for a change. Let's try this Whisper gun. This gun used to be really good when this game first came out. Let's see if it's still good. But yeah, we have to discuss the eye area together, like the eyebrows, the eyelashes, the brow ridge, because they all put together, they all go as one, you know? And usually the most attractive people have a good balance of all of them. Oh. Yeah. Okay, now right here, guys, I start absolutely going off, and I go off for literally like one of my best games I've ever had in this game. So if you guys want to watch the whole gameplay, please watch the gameplay, but right here you can click here and skip to here if you want to watch the rest of the full face examination. Okay, I love you, but I would suggest you watch this right here. Okay, love you, bye. Hold on, guys, I'm going a little bit crazy. Hold on. Oh my god! Guys, I'm 21-1. I'm 21-1 right now. I repeat. 21-1. I'm literally running out of bullets, bro. Oh my god, I got another wraith. Wait, guys, this is a crazy game. I gotta focus. Hold up. I really gotta focus here. Raps. Oh my god. Wait, guys, I might get a nuclear. Hold up. I literally might get a nuclear while recording this video. This was not planned. They're all left the game. There's only 3 people left. Oh my gosh. 34-1. Oh my gosh. 39-1. What streak am I on, bro? 40-1. No way, I died to a gravity spike, bro. I was definitely gonna get a nuclear, bro. Oh my god, I think I was so close to a nuclear, guys. My bad, guys. I had to pause the video for a second. I'm going crazy right now. Hold on. Final kill, where is it? Final kill? Give it to me, daddy. Give me that, baby. 53-2, baby. I do it, baby. Come on. Oh my gosh, bro. I'm sorry guys, I hope you guys didn't skip all of that. Let's move on now, but that was a crazy gameplay, wow. First thing we have to talk about when it comes to eye area is eyebrow thickness. According to surveys, one of the most important features overall on how attractive you will look. This feature by itself, eyebrow thickness, is easily one of the most important features you could ever have. And Andrew Garfield has very great, very thick, very solid eyebrows, beautiful. It's better for a man to have darker eyebrows like a black color, but since all of his face is toned into a nice like brown beige-ish look, his eyebrows being the same color matching his hair, it suits him. So for him, I'd say it works, you know, but I'd say for someone like Ian Somerhalder, someone it really works for, it works even better because of his dark eyebrows. Now when talking about eyelashes, the most attractive eyelashes you can have are dark eyelashes with a really decent length. And I'm not gonna lie, for Andrew Garfield, this is probably one of his biggest flaws. Like, I mean, it really doesn't matter much because his eyebrows kind of take over and kind of hide that flaw, but his flaws are still there. Go look at any picture of Andrew Garfield, he has 0 eyelashes, 0. Like, screw the dark color, I don't even see the color at all. I don't see it at all. Like, just imagine Andrew with some hot long eyelashes like this. Oh my, he would be daddy, bro. But still, he looks pretty good. So in the eyelash category, he does lose some points. But now let's talk about the next most important category when it comes to eyes. Let's talk about your brow ridge. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is this little bone that kind of just goes right across your eyebrows right here. And it's also known as the glabella region. Arguably also one of the most important attractive features in a man because your eyebrows sit on this bone. Meaning if your bone ridge is very weak, your eyebrows will look a lot worse because they're kind of sort of like sink into your face, right? Like they won't stand out prominently because the actual bone here is very, very weak. And once again, for men, we are looking at a very strong brow ridge because it shows masculinity. It brings out those hunter eyebrows that's super, super attractive. And yeah, Mr. Garfield definitely has a good eyebrow ridge, I'd say. It's nothing like Ian Somerhalder because of his dark complexion, but I'd still say they're strong enough to stand out and truly appreciate. So overall, I'd give Andrew's eye area a solid 8.6 out of 10. He has no eyelashes, which really brings his rating down a lot, but the rest of the stuff like a good brow ridge, he has all of that. And also, as we go along in this video, if you guys want to comment and rate my actual looks based on these categories, let me know. Like, do you guys think I have a good eyebrow ridge? Like, maybe? I feel like I kind of do have a good strong eyebrow ridge, no? Like, my eyebrows are kind of like sitting tight. Good? Yeah? Okay. Just go in the comments and say that I'm hot, so I just feel good. Just say, Coach Shrug, you're hot. Thank you. Now, moving on to the second category we have to discuss, let's talk about eyes. Many people actually argue your eyes are actually the most important attractive feature, but I've put it at number 2 because I personally feel like your jawline really can make or break a face. But regardless, eyes are easily one of the most important features. If Andrew fails in this category, he fails in all of them. When diving deep into the science behind eyes, there's 6 main features people discuss: eye spacing, eye shape, eye color, health, tilt, and eyelid exposure. Let's talk about it. When we talk about Andrew Garfield's eye spacing, we're talking about how far apart his eyes actually are. Are they really far apart where he looks like a sloth? Are they close together where he looks a little bit weird? And I'd say Andrew Garfield has perfect eye spacing. They sit perfectly right here where they're supposed to sit, and I wouldn't give him any better spacing. Perfect. Now when talking about eye shape, scientists have determined the most objective perfect eye shape you can have is an almond shape. And after outlining Andrew's eyes, I'd say his eyes are pretty close to that almond shape, but the outer ends, like as you can see right here, they kind of just widen up just a little bit more than the perfect almond shape. So since we're being super nitpicky, I would take some points off of that, but I'd still say overall he has a pretty good almond shape looking eye. Now when talking about eye color, obviously people love talking about, oh, blue eyes, green eyes. Once again, for Andrew, since a lot of his features are brown, like his hair, like his eyebrows, I'd say his eye color looking the exact same. Beautiful, love it. Now when talking about eye health, that is actually how healthy your eyes are, because that's actually a thing. I literally did not know that, because I'm sure you guys might have seen some actors here and there that have like a little bit of a yellow tint in their eyes, and that is actually an unhealthy eye. And yeah, my baby boy Andrew Garfield, you have no yellowing. You have very white eyes. Good job. And now when talking about eye tilt, Andrew definitely has that hunter's eye tilt where like his eyebrows kind of tilt forward a little bit. Like in this image, you can see that little downward little tilt you see, and it's very, very attractive for men to have because it gives you more of that hunter look that men are always craving. Now, the last thing we have to talk about in terms of eyes, we have to talk about eyelid exposure. And eyelid exposure is actually a very deep research theory, and I had to literally read like a 40-minute video on this so I could learn a little bit more about this. But basically, this is how much of your actual eyelid, like the skin over your eye, like this right here, how much of that actually shows in your day-to-day life. When you smile, when you're serious, so how much of this shows? shows. Now, as you can see here on the right side, the fully hooded eyelid is what we are aiming for because once again, it gives you that true hunter's look, right? And you'd want to stray as far away from the left side where it's super eyelid exposure, and basically it's like 60% eyelid and like 20% eye. You don't want that. So if we really zoom in on Andrew's eyes, I'd say his eyelids are like barely showing. I'd say like 5 to 10% show. So I'd put him more in the hooded eye category. He's definitely past the slight UEE, and I'd only say a little bit of his eyes show. So giving his overall eyes a very solid rating of 9.7 out of 10. I really think his eyes are his strong suit. Really good. The fact that his eyelid exposure and his tilt and his eye spacing, all of these things go together to form like two really good eyes. Beautiful, baby girl, beautiful. But now let's discuss the number one feature that makes anyone attractive. Let's talk about jawline. And I'm not gonna lie, I was actually surprised when I heard that. I didn't know number one was jawline. I thought it would be like eyes or maybe like your face shape, but it's actually jawline. Now, as you guys can see right here, there are many parts that put a jaw together, like the ramus length, the upper jaw, the upper chin, blah blah blah. But we actually don't have to dive deep into all of them because scientists have determined that all types of ramus length, chin length, all of that can still be attractive. The only thing that actually matters is a defined jawline. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is what we are looking for. Like, I'd like to think that like mine is kind of on its way, you know, like when I speak it's still there. I like to think mine's pretty good, but his, he just looks straight and it just jawline from the side coming out, bro. Like, what? Sweetheart, what? I'm not gonna lie, guys, when it comes to jaw, you got that, fam. I'm giving it an easy 9.8 out of 10. 9.8, literally 9.8. Because you guys have to understand, you also don't want your jawline to be too sharp, like, or it's too sharp, because then you start looking malnourished, and once again, attraction comes down to how healthy you look, and you don't want to look like you haven't eaten anything for a week straight, you know? So, ladies and gentlemen, if we had to summarize in one sentence what makes Andrew Garfield so uniquely appealing and so just good looking in a different way, I would have to say it's because first, eyebrow thickness, very important for her. Secondly, his smile, his top teeth ratio, and how like not all of his top teeth show, but he has the perfect ratio for that. And thirdly, his literal perfect relative width between his cheekbones and his jawline. Remember, like this, how this is literally symmetrical with one another. I think those three things really make him truly appealing. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think. Let me know if you guys want me to make more deep dives about people's face and how they look. I'm not gonna lie, I thought this would just be a very fun idea, so I wanted to do it. And also, let me know if you think I'm a little bit good looking, you know? Maybe I look a little bit good to you, maybe? Let me know, baby girl, let me know. Thank you so much for watching. I love every single one of you. I love you so much. Make sure you subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Deuces!